Day 3. Today we are in Cabo. We're almost to Cabo. The boat is close to it. We're supposed to get there around 12 to 12:30. If it's anything like our last cruise, we're gonna get there way before that, but then you just kind of wait in the harbor until it's your turn. So excited, today's Cabo Day. That's like the highlight of the trip, right? That's the name of it, is the Cabo Ensenada cruise. So very excited for that. We're gonna do some whale watching. We booked a whale watching tour from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So it's a sunset one, so hopefully we get enough light to see some cool things. And hopefully the whales cooperate. Maybe some dolphins, maybe some sea lions. Maybe, we've been searching for them all trip, we'll see. But I'm very excited. It's gonna be a great day with my wife in Cabo San Lucas. So hopefully we can get off the boat fast. Cabo's a tender port, not a docking port, which means you're gonna anchor in the water somewhere, and then you're gonna take boats from the boat to the shore, and it's from the ship to the shore. Sorry, my apologies. But that takes a little bit more time, and if you don't book an excursion through Royal Caribbean, then you're kind of the last of the ones to go, because they want the people that paid them to go off first. So that's why I booked a later whale watching. It gave us plenty of time to get off the boat. I'm just excited. It's gonna be a good day. You might see a few people running around me still. It's much less today. We lost an hour coming into Cabo. So it's actually even though it's 6:30, it's actually 5:30. So these people are feeling it today. Last night was way more of a party too. You could tell everyone warmed up to each other. Went to get some pizza last night, and the karaoke bar could be heard throughout the ship. So people are having fun. There's still some early birds up, but it's getting less and less by the day. Cabo, we made it. I did a very bad job of taking any video on our way in. I didn't take a single one because there was whales. So I was just trying to take photos the entire time. Probably saw 10 whales on the way in. Like legit saw them. A lot of breaching, a couple pairs. It was really cool. So I'm excited for our whale watching tour later. We are on tender boat 14. When I went and got tender tickets earlier, the line stretched halfway across the ship and I was 30 minutes early. So I'm glad we went early. Jamie's back, we're ready.
I'm back.
Bright that I won't be able to see a thing. We're out here on Lovers Beach.
Hello.
And we got here by way of, when we got to shore, there was a guy with a sign that just wouldn't stop until we said yes.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are at Lovers Beach. We paid $20 a person. I don't know if that's good or bad. The people next to us paid $15, but they also had 5 people, so maybe you get bulk discount.
Maybe. These ones were just too big.
Yeah, we've been bamboozled a few times.
At least 4.
Walking around Cabo is dangerous for us. We're not great at this.
We're not great.
We just love so many things.
Yeah.
So the wildlife that just hangs out right here is insane.
I think they like the attention.
They do. They like all the food they're being given.
Yeah. We are a couple minutes from embarking on a whale watching cruise, sunset cruise. We've seen some whales from the cruise ship today, so I'm hoping we see some up close. I hope they splash me. And I bought a hat. But she's a pro.
Okay, it's day 2 in Cabo. We stayed overnight and then we're here until 1 p.m. today, which means I still have a little bit of time to adventure. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the shore. I'm gonna take the tender in, This is a tender port. I don't remember everything we covered yesterday, so I'm just gonna say it again. This is a tender port, which means I have to take a boat into the shore, and I'm on a mission to find something for my niece. I have an idea in mind. It's probably gonna be a chicken whistle. We'll see how that goes. I'm looking for a chicken whistle, but how cute is this chicken? Good news. Chicken whistle, turtle whistle. To my niece's parents, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, you guys are so welcome. We found something for Jamie's partner teacher. He's a huge Browns fan, so I tried to I made him a Browns present for Christmas because he does make my wife's life just so much better. So I got him this little Browns. What do you call this, Jay?
What?
What's this kind of helmet called?
What's the what?
What's this little skeleton thing called? I got him a little brown skeleton thing.
It's the
Dia de los Muertos.
Why'd you ask me if you already knew the answer?
No, what's it actually called though?
That you said it.
No, I didn't. They have a name, don't they?
No, it's the Day of the Dead something.
Oh, and I also got my niece.
I'm sorry
our
if we
niece.
offended anyone.
I got our niece we got our niece
Your niece, huh?
I said we got our
You
niece.
started with your.
We got our niece a tie-dye Cabo sweatshirt.
It's pink and purple.
Because
her favorite colors.
Just like her aunt, she just wants pink and purple things.
By the way, nothing wrong with pink and purple things. They're the best kind of things.
So that was my haul from Cabo Wabo.
Why?
Jamie's out on the deck reading the book right now, so I'm gonna go hang out on the dock.
Shout out Janet Ivankovich, my favorite author.
Is this what you do on vacation?
Yeah,
Just
this is called relaxing.
Just waste the day away?
Brandon, I hope everyone watching can at least like feel for me that I have to deal with a husband that hates relaxing. You don't even record that.
Niece actually wanted, she asked us for it specifically, was a harmonica, and that's just not a product of Mexico. But how did you demonstrate it?
Well, Brandon only asked one person, and then when she said no, he gave up. And
Well,
listen, I continued to go to every shop and go, Musica? Harmonica? Music player? And they just shook their heads no.
They just don't make harmonicas in this country.
But they have xylophones and drums and guitars and whistles. So we chose the most loud thing we could possibly get just to make my brother mad. Love you, Cody.
I didn't do that intentionally.
Yeah, he did.
Do you want to come over here or no?
Yeah, let me just stop reading my book. I'm not happy
Are we both
about
in
this.
What are you not happy about?
I was trying to read my book and relax.
You'll be fine, you'll be fine. Let's put this on.
Yeah, we're both in it.
Yesterday, we get to Cabo. Tender in. There was some tender footage somewhere in this video, and I just talked about it a little bit ago. But we tendered in right away. We get there, we have about 2 hours to kill. So we're
And about 2 seconds in,
but we're gonna go shopping is our plan. We're gonna go look for things. Like I said, we wanted to find something for our niece.
a harmonica.
Jamie wanted to find a
specifically.
hat really bad. You wanna go get your hat and show him your hat?
Not right now. It looks like an Indiana Jones hat, and I'm kind of embarrassed about
It
it.
doesn't look like an Indiana Jones hat.
Yeah, hindsight it does.
So
It's okay.
we have a couple things we want to get, but we get off the boat and people blindside us as expected, right? There's the dudes with the giant signs that say
Absolutely accosting us.
whale watching, arch tour, lovers beach, sunsets, all these things.
We just must look like such weenies, and they just
No, I
were
think
like, these are our prey.
they see a couple and they're like, okay, here's what we're going for. And
And
so
then anytime Brandon turns around, they tap me on the shoulder and try and convince me to buy it. Crazy. Anyway,
And so the guy starts off, and I'm really looking for Jay's cues here because I don't know what she wants to do. We didn't have a plan, so it's like, okay, let's see where we go from here.
we probably should have discussed prior.
Well, but no, because he starts off, he says $40 a person. I'm like, I see Jay, I eyeball Jay, and she's like, no. I'm like, okay, no, we're good. Thanks, man. We'll pass. He can obviously sense we're somewhat interested. We just don't have a plan of attack. So he says, okay, $30 a piece. I say, no, 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 we're good.
We didn't even know what we were getting ourselves into at the time.
He says, well, Jay's now hinted at this point, Lover's Beach is an interest.
No, I didn't. I never once said I wanted to go to a beach. I just said I wanted to do shopping. And he said, shopping at the beach, better, cheaper.
And so we start to walk away. He goes, just for you, just for you. That's the #1 line in Cabo. It's just for you, $25. I'm like, no, we're good, man.
Continues to follow us down.
And I say we're gonna go look around and then we'll come back to you if we make a decision. Which I honestly would have, because I get it. He's got to make a sale. I'm gonna go for him if he's the one. He's the one that came to me first. But then he goes $20, and I look at Jay, and she all of a sudden she's got this little thing in her eye, like, okay, let's do it. And she says, "You promised me there's shopping over there."
Yep. And he goes, yes, much cheaper. And he said, Capitano, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, is the captain good? And he goes, oh, the best.
So we get on this little boat named the Beatrice.
It was like Beatrice, but Beatriz, like R-I-Z. And I was like, well, that's kind of fun. Just as a nod to my middle schoolers with the Riz.
So we get on the boat. He actually takes it. But we get on the boat, and there's only a mother and daughter that both looked local.
I truly don't think it was her daughter. The child looked under duress.
And then it's us. And I'm just staring from across the boat with a life jacket that's meant for this little girl on my body. And I look at her and the mom, and I just say, are you guys from the cruise ship? Knowing the answer is no. But I was like,
didn't even look up. Didn't even acknowledge.
Didn't respond in any way. So I'm like, oh boy. So now I'm a little more uncomfortable. We're starting to leave the harbor.
And then on the walkie-talkie, this guy's like, come back, come back, come back. More passengers. And so our pilot, captain, whatever, turns around, goes back into the harbor, and he goes, dirty liars. And I was like, okay.
At this point, I'm like, maybe we just get off. But then 4 gals do show up.
That were on our cruise. And so I was like, yeah, come on, guys, come on, come on, come on. Because I would feel much better if we weren't the only ones, you know? And they were all 4 women, so I just trust women more.
Anyway, we made it to Lover's Beach without a problem. Lover's Beach was beautiful.
There was no shopping.
Well, there was.
Nope. There was no shopping. There was about 4 locals who were trying to convince us to buy a mango from them, or a beer, or a margarita, which was $16.
Yeah, that was, Cabo is just regular pricing. There's no discounts to be had in Cabo anymore.
I said, sorry buddy, my drinks on the ship are free, because we already paid for it.
Well, even if they're not. A margarita was $7 the day before.
$6 for a margarita on the ship. And so we're like, no. Also, I don't want a beer out of your personal cooler. No offense. Also, then one guy, there was one dude selling bracelets. That was the shopping.
Hard for her to say there wasn't shopping.
Didn't leave me alone. Did not leave me alone. Every time I sat down, Brandon walked away at one point, and he came back, and he was like trying to convince me. He figured like I'm a woman, I'm soft on my own. No. Didn't get me.
Except she bought 4 bracelets.
Until Brandon came back, I said, my husband has the dinero, like I don't have any money. And so I thought he was gonna go hunt for you.
I was so far away at that point.
He couldn't find you. So then he waited until you were back, and then he came back and finally cut us a deal. It was $20 for 4 bracelets.
4 for 20.
Not a great deal.
But then we went whale watching. So we made it back. They actually did.
We didn't make it back easily.
It was not hard.
It wasn't easy.
The boat broke down and couldn't come
They
get
were
us.
supposed to return at 3:45. 1 hour, right? There were 6 total adults on there. And so we were all just kind of waiting around. All these boats kept coming in and out, and just the workers were just screaming constantly like, this boat, this boat, this boat, who wants to go back? Who wants to come here? Blah, 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 blah. Chaos. Not a relaxing beach. Not my jam. And then finally we see the Beatriz cruise past us. And I'm like, oh, see you, Brandon, we're fine. I said I had a 50-50 like odds on it, and he goes, mine was less. Well then, it cruises past us, and it does not return. 20 minutes goes by, and finally someone's like, Beatrice, Beatrice, Beatrice. And they said that boat broke down. Don't believe him for a second.
We watched it drive by us. Does anyone organize their room for a cruise? Because like, here's how I'm living. I've got all my camera stuff just sprawled out. There's my gift for Noelle. Jamie's kind of closed situation. Our bed's not bad. We do have the magnets on the wall. That's a huge win. Jamie's seashells we collected in Los Angeles. And then this is our charging station.
Slash skincare station.
And we take this charger.
We have to at least trip over the cords once a day to make it like, you know,
this runs all the way to the bed. And then it charges the iPad while Jamie watches the Olympics because she can't go without.
I'm an American.
And I trip over it at least 4 times a day. Okay, it's sunset time here in the Baja. And Jamie's trying to nap, which I hope she can because she hasn't slept very well this trip, and that's usually me, so I know how miserable that is. So hopefully she's able to sleep in there. But whale watching yesterday, still haven't been able to talk about it. Cabo Trek, like I just said a little bit ago, was the people that we toured with. I'm going to tell you now, I highly recommend if you're in Cabo. The marine biologist that we had on board with us, her name was like Armadillo or Amanda or Ashley or something like that. I don't. Jamie's screaming her name right now and I don't know what she said, unfortunately. Turns out she can hear me from inside. That's not good either, so we'll make this quick. We loaded the boat. Us, this other couple from the cruise ship that I had met earlier in the day that gave me some tips about whale photos actually, that ended up being true. Like, if the tail comes up, that means they're diving deep. Our marine biologist told us that same thing. So shout out to those guys, but then also this insanely rich couple from Memphis, Tennessee that told us they were staying at the Waldorf for 4 weeks. They were at the end of a 4-week vacation in Cabo, Mexico. They took us out. We jetted to the Sea of Cortez because they said we're not gonna find anything where we're at right now, but if we go this way, we've got a good shot. Apparently sunset whale watching is not the time to go, despite how pretty it is, because of the fact that the whales are tired, right? They do their sleeping around that time of day. They've already done all their jumps, they're not gonna see a breach much, things like that. Didn't know that ahead of time, or it might have changed how we did things a little bit, but I was happy to do it because we're still on the Sea of Cortez at sunset in Cabo, Mexico, right? Not complaining. We get on the boat, we venture out to the Sea of Cortez. Jamie's really shutting her pillow. Maybe I should just do this later. She gave me a thumbs up, I think we're okay. Jet out to the Sea of Cortez, start looking. We see a couple like spouts of things, but nothing that comes up and is anything of significance. And so you can tell our guide's starting to get bummed. And she's really cool. She's going through explaining everything. The boat driver is really cool. You can tell he's done this a bunch.
It's the month where we got to see more quantity of whales. We start to see indeed at this time a lot of babies. They're already a little bit more grown up, so they start to be more active. And then also a lot.
They're just gunning it, heading south. I think we were going. I don't know for sure, but we were going west because the sun was directly behind us. East. That is so embarrassing. So we're going east because the sun is directly behind us as it's setting. Whoops. And we finally, after about an hour of searching, come across a baby humpback and its mom and an escort, not the dad, we learned. And so we're like, okay, sweet. We followed it for like a half hour to an hour. Quite a while we followed this thing and learned all about them. Got the most beautiful sunset over Cabo in the meantime. It came to a point where we were somehow, even they were surprised by this, we were the only boat in the Sea of Cortez that night. And we were talking, we couldn't see anyone for like a mile at least. So they stopped the engines, we just shut it all down, we threw a microphone in the water, and we just listened to the humpback songs. And she explained how far the songs travel and that nobody knows why they sing or what it means or why the females don't sing. And it was just so much detail and cool things that we learned about the whales during that process that it was a ton of fun. So if you're in Cabo, look up Cabo Trek because I highly recommend it after our experience. I think Jamie took some videos with her phone. I'm gonna try and put some of those in here. On another note, you definitely can't hear because of this wind right now. This sunset's going to be incredible. We're going to have back-to-back days of great sunsets on the Pacific. Okay, let's wrap up tonight. Day 4 with a quick story time. This gal, as I just talked about a little bit ago, hasn't been sleeping great. So she finally took a nap. She actually kicked me out of the room, just so everyone knows. She finally took a nap.
Nicely-ish.
She had me go to the roof and watch The Yak. My favorite podcast.
Crazy.
But then when I came back to the room at the intended time, she was still asleep. And
But you did?
yeah, I tried to wake her up. She didn't move a muscle. So I said, okay, she needs this sleep. I'm just going to go to dinner. I'm going to go grab her dinner. And then I'm going to go to Windjammer, which is the buffet on board instead of the main dining room, and just eat there. Not a big deal. So I go to the Windjammer, and there's 2 dudes sitting at our table.
In the dining room.
In the dining room. We were assigned a table. Corey didn't know this either. You're assigned a table, and that's your table for the week. You have the same waiters, 2 waiters, same staff. They get to know you. It's fantastic. It's the best thing in the world. But there was 2 dudes sitting at our assigned table, and I'm like, really not the end of the world. I was just going to come and grab Jamie's dinner to go anyway. So I attempt this. The head of the waiters is not having it. He sees the situation. You could tell he's trying to figure out what's going on here, man. This isn't right. Something went wrong. And he sees the dude sitting at our table. And so he comes over to me. He goes, "What? Hey, Brandon, so sorry. We'll get you a new table." I said, "No, it's okay. I just came for her dinner to go because they made her a special." Do you have it still? Your cobbler?
I mean, no, I ate it.
Oh, she ate the dessert first.
No, I ate all of it. I ate 1, 2, 3.
They made her a special blueberry cobbler tonight, so she was excited about that. So I was like, I'm not going to let that go to waste. So, saying, I just came to grab Jamie's dinner, and then I'm just going to go to Windjammer. I think they're insulted by that fact. They don't mess with Windjammer. So he goes, "No, you're not." I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "Come with me." Sits me down at an 8-person table by myself. Says, "They're not coming tonight. You sit here." Then himself he hands me a menu, quickly grabs my order, brings me my Diet Coke, brings me my appetizer himself, brings me my dinner himself. When I ordered the dessert, I picked the carrot cake. He goes, "I'm going to put ice cream on it too." I was like, "Okay, man, thank you." And so they just even then they tried to go above and beyond. It was just so funny the way they reacted, like it was going to be the end of the world. That my table wasn't there for me. That I was going to be impacted by this just a little bit. And so that's just the Royal Caribbean way. Like I said earlier in this video, I think it was, maybe yesterday's video, they just do customer service differently. They love it.
do.
They're addicted to it, man. They're addicted to taking care of people. And, Jamie, how was the cobbler?
It was pretty good.
Tomorrow is a day at sea.
Happy wife, happy
Life.
boom.